What's shaking in the world of news and entertainment? We've got the inside scoop on everything you need to know, and trust us, you don't want to miss this. Get ready for some major updates that are about to drop, and you're going to want to be the first to know. We're diving deep into stories that are making waves, sparking conversations, and defining what's happening right now. From heartwarming tributes to groundbreaking developments, we're covering it all with the energy and excitement you expect. So buckle up, because the news cycle never sleeps, and neither do we. We're bringing you the freshest, most compelling updates, all served with a side of pure hype. You've tuned into Hollywood Men, and we're about to give you the rundown you've been waiting for. Get ready to be informed, entertained, and totally captivated. Don't just watch the news, be in the know. Stick around, because we've got a packed show for you. First up, a legendary comedian is getting the spotlight he deserves in a brand new documentary. We're talking about a deep dive into the life and legacy of a true icon, with insights from the biggest names in the business. You won't believe the personal stories and rare footage being revealed. Then, we're heading to the prestigious Toronto International Film Festival for the premiere of this must-see film. Get the inside scoop on why this particular city was the only place this tribute could launch, and hear directly from the director and family about the emotional journey behind the project. It's a story about heart, humor, and a legacy that continues to inspire. And finally, we're pulling back the curtain on the opening night buzz at TIFF, with exclusive details about the film's reception and some unexpected moments from the red carpet. Get ready for a celebration of a beloved star, a look at the industry's biggest events, and all the insights you crave. Don't go anywhere. And hey, before we jump into the headlines, make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell on so you never miss a moment of the action. Let's get this party started. A comedy legend's life unveiled. Get ready for an emotional and in-depth look at the life of a beloved comedic genius. A brand new documentary, John Candy, I Like Me, is set to premiere this fall, offering an unprecedented glimpse into the heart and soul of the iconic Canadian comedian. Directed by Colin Hanks and produced by the powerhouse Ryan Reynolds, this feature-length film promises to be a definitive portrait of the man behind the laughter. The documentary is slated to open the 50th Toronto International Film Festival TIFF on September 4, 2025, a fitting tribute to Candy's Canadian roots, before becoming available to stream globally on Prime Video starting October 10, 2025. This isn't just another retrospective. John Candy, I Like Me delves deep into Candy's life using a treasure trove of archival material, personal home movies, never-before-seen photographs, and intimate recollections from those who knew him best. The film aims to capture the warmth, comic genius, and enduring spirit of Candy, who left an indelible mark on comedy and film with his unforgettable roles in classics like Uncle Buck, Cool Runnings, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and Home Alone. The trailer itself is a powerful testament to Candy's impact, featuring poignant interviews with a star-studded cast of friends, colleagues, and family members. Prepare to see emotional testimonies from comedy titans like Steve Martin, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Martin Short, Catherine O'Hara, and Mel Brooks, alongside insights from Tom Hanks. In a particularly moving segment, Bill Murray is seen fighting back tears as he reflects on his friendship with Candy, highlighting the deep personal connections the comedian forged throughout his career. The documentary also gives a platform to Candy's children, Jennifer and Christopher Candy, and his wife, Rosemary Margaret Haber, who served as co-producers. They share personal insights into Candy's private struggles with fame, his health challenges, and the immense pressures of the Hollywood spotlight. Ryan Reynolds and Colin Hanks emphasized Candy's unique ability to connect with audiences through his relatable kindness. He wasn't just a great actor, he was an even better person, they stated, expressing their honor in bringing the authentic John Candy to audiences, starting in his hometown. The film bravely explores Candy's vulnerabilities, including the trauma of losing his father at a young age and his lifelong battle with stress and self-image. Adding another layer of emotional resonance, the film features Cynthia Erivo's powerful rendition of Every Time You Go Away, a song famously associated with planes, trains, and automobiles. Produced by Reynolds' Maximum Effort, along with a team of seasoned producers and executive producers including Candy's family, The documentary promises a comprehensive and heartfelt tribute. Reynolds, a fellow Canadian, has often spoken about Candy's influence on his own career, even promising tears when the project was first announced. This film is more than a biography. It's a celebration of a man who brought joy to millions and whose legacy continues to resonate decades after his untimely passing at the age of 43. Viewers are already buzzing about the deeply personal stories and the star-studded lineup of interviewees, eager to experience this intimate portrait of a comedy legend. Prepare for an emotional journey that goes beyond the screen. Next, we'll explore why this film's debut at TIFF was not just special, but essential. Johnny Toronto's only home. Director Colin Hanks believes that the Toronto International Film Festival was the only fitting venue for the world premiere of his documentary, John Candy, I Like Me. Speaking ahead of the premiere that opened the 50th TIFF, Hanks emphasized the deep connection between the beloved comedian and his Canadian roots. It's beyond special. It's kind of the only place we could do this. I mean, the man's nickname was Johnny Toronto, Hanks told Hollywood Men, underscoring how integral the festival's location was to honoring Candy's legacy. The festival launchpad perfectly mirrored the Canuck origins of a comedy legend known for his humble, everyman persona, a stark contrast to the often glamorous Hollywood image. You want to be a good Canadian? Be like John Candy, Hanks insisted, setting a powerful tone for the documentary's message. Jennifer Candy, John Candy's daughter, shared that the documentary aims to highlight her father's approachable nature, even amidst his Hollywood stardom. He was very relatable and a down-to-earth guy, and someone whose ego wasn't at the forefront of who he was. He loved his family and wasn't afraid to say that. And that grounded him in a business that could be a bit chaotic, she explained. Her brother, Chris Candy, added that fans saw their father as a working-class hero who remained true to himself, a sentiment that resonated deeply with other Canadians. Other Canadians see that and understand what he's doing, and really love to see that on a world stage, he stated. The documentary bravely confronts the personal struggles that impacted Candy's life, including the anxiety and stress stemming from losing his father at a young age. Hanks noted, "The thing that struck me most about John was his everyman quality. You took one look at him and thought, I want to know everything about that guy. I relate to that guy." These hidden battles with mental health, masked by his public persona, were never fully addressed before his untimely death. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to beat the clock because of that anxiety and fear that time was running out, Hanks reflected, referencing Candy's awareness of the family history of heart disease that ultimately claimed his life at 43 in 1994. Candy's prolific career spanned approximately 44 films, including iconic titles like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Spaceballs, Home Alone, and Cool Runnings. Hanks, whose own father is actor Tom Hanks, shared a personal connection to Candy, having appeared alongside him and his mother, Rita Wilson, in the 1985 film Volunteers. As a director, Hanks was particularly struck by Candy's versatility, believing he had the potential to transition from comedy to dramatic roles. "As we were making the film, I was really blown away by just his skill as a performer," Hanks remarked. The documentary features interviews with Candy's close friends and collaborators, interwoven with archival footage and home videos, offering a comprehensive look at his life and career. The Toronto Film Festival, running from September 4 to 14, provided the perfect backdrop for this heartfelt tribute. The festival's embrace of Candy's, Johnny Toronto, persona underscored the deep affection and respect the city and country held for him. Audiences are connecting with the film's honest portrayal of Candy's relatable struggles and his enduring kindness, celebrating his status as a true Canadian icon. This intimate look at a Canadian treasure is just the beginning of our TIFF coverage. Get ready for the full story behind the opening night premiere and a glimpse of the star-studded event. A tender Canadian opening night. The 50th Toronto International Film Festival kicked off with a deeply personal and fitting tribute, the premiere of John Candy, I Like Me. Directed by Colin Hanks and produced by Ryan Reynolds, the documentary offered a tender and unmistakably Canadian opening night, celebrating the life and legacy of the beloved comedian. The choice of TIFF as the premiere venue was no accident. As Hanks stated, It should just be at Toronto. Period. The end. This sentiment was echoed by Reynolds, who noted that the answer resides in the lyrics of John's favorite song, "Oh, Canada, our home and native land." The film itself is a cinematic eulogy for Candy, who passed away in 1994 at the age of 43. Despite the decades since his death, Candy's popularity remains immense, making I Like Me the first feature documentary to delve into his life. Ryan Reynolds expressed a poignant sentiment, stating, "Part of me hates the fact that John maybe never really saw how beloved he was." He added, "He left something really lasting." He died of a heart failure, and ironically, the thing he left behind was his heart. That's the thing that stays. The documentary's title, taken from a memorable line in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, serves as a guiding ethos, reflecting Candy's journey toward self-acceptance. Candy's children, Jennifer and Chris Candy, spoke about the emotional experience of revisiting their father's life through the film. They shared how their father, who grew up in working-class Ontario and lost his own father young, grappled with personal struggles, including how his size was discussed in the media. Reynolds observed, "He was self-effacing his work, but not self-loathing. He didn't make a sport of punching down, not even on himself." Chris Candy noted, "He left, but he did leave us some tools to get through this. Through the way he raised us, and also saying it's okay to talk to someone if you have heavy feelings." Jennifer found solace in her father's films and recordings, stating, "For me, that was a constant reminder to hear his voice. We had cassette tapes of his Radio Candy, show that I would just listen to all the time in the car during high school." Colin Hanks, known for his documentary All Things Must Pass, The Rise and Fall of Tower Records, sought to capture the essence of Candy's everyman quality. Hanks recalled his own childhood encounters with Candy on the set of Splash, where Candy, despite his fame, made a young Hanks feel incredibly important. Hanks reflected on the challenges of fame, noting, "It is an adjustment. It is hard to navigate. Not that it's not amazing and great, but that idea of how much you can actually give of yourself to people." Ryan Reynolds, a lifelong fan of Candy's, sees echoes of the comedian in his own work, often feeling like he embodies aspects of characters like Del Griffith or Neil Page from Planes, Trains. Reynolds has consistently peppered his films, including the Deadpool franchise, with subtle and not-so-subtle references to Candy, even creating a mug with the "I Like Me" quote and licensing a trivia book from Planes, Trains. "I like having him around," Reynolds admitted. "I feel safer. I feel better. I also feel maybe just a skosh more honest." He praised Candy as a good person when nobody was watching, a quality he finds increasingly rare in today's curated world. For Jennifer and Chris, the documentary is a cherished time capsule, preserving their father's memory and impact. The premiere event itself was a star-studded affair, with director Colin Hanks and producer Ryan Reynolds, alongside John Candy's children Jennifer and Christopher Candy, and his wife Rosemary Margaret Haber, gracing the red carpet. The event also saw a brief interruption by protesters concerned about the festival's sponsor, RBC, though they left peacefully. The film's opening at TIFF solidified its place as a heartfelt celebration of a comedic icon who continues to inspire. The film's honest portrayal of Candy's life and its emotional resonance have struck a chord with critics and audiences alike, cementing its status as a must-see tribute. From the emotional highs of Candy's tribute to the glitz and glamour of the festival circuit, there's more to uncover. Stay tuned as we bring you the opening night highlights and a unique perspective from one of the film's key players. The Greatest, Most Beautiful Man. The 50th Toronto International Film Festival opened its doors with a profound homage to Canadian comedy legend John Candy, showcasing the Colin Hanks-directed and Ryan Reynolds-produced documentary, John Candy, I Like Me. The premiere, held at Toronto's Princess of Wales Theatre, was a deeply emotional event, celebrating a star whose warmth and talent continue to resonate decades after his passing. "There's no other place that we'd rather be than right here," Hanks declared, emphasizing TIFF's significance as the perfect launchpad for a film about Johnny Toronto. Ryan Reynolds, a Vancouver native and a longtime admirer of Candy, took the stage in a maple leaf t-shirt, expressing his profound connection to the comedian. "John, he left us in 1994. He might be the greatest, most beautiful man that I never met, and I really genuinely would have given anything to meet this man," Reynolds shared with the audience, visibly moved. He described his long-standing obsession with candy, noting how the comedian embodied a spirit of togetherness and bringing people together in beautiful ways. Reynolds even humorously pointed out that even car manufacturers have stopped making the iconic Chrysler LeBaron from planes, trains, and automobiles, a testament to candy's lasting impact on popular culture. A significant element of the documentary is its reimagining of the song "Every Time You Go Away." Cynthia Erivo delivers a powerful new rendition of the hit, originally performed by Paul Young and penned by Daryl Hall. This song was notably absent from the original Planes, Trains, and Automobiles soundtrack, a fact that has been a point of discussion for years. Reynolds lauded Erivo's version as one of the most beautiful versions I've ever heard in my entire life, adding a poignant musical layer to the film's tribute. The film's title, John Candy, I Like Me, directly references a pivotal line from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, where Candy's character, Del Griffith, utters the phrase during a moment of self-affirmation. This line encapsulates the documentary's exploration of Candy's journey towards self-acceptance amidst the pressures of fame and personal struggles. The opening night screening at the Princess of Wales Theatre was followed by another showing at Roy Thomson Hall, with reports of Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney in attendance. Amidst the celebration, a brief interruption occurred when two protesters held up a sign criticizing the festival's sponsor, RBC, Royal Bank of Canada, for its involvement in fossil fuel projects. The protesters left peacefully, and the incident did not overshadow the overwhelmingly positive reception of the documentary. The documentary's premiere at TIFF has been met with widespread acclaim, with critics and audiences praising its heartfelt approach and intimate portrayal of a universally loved entertainer. The film successfully captures Candy's enduring spirit and his profound impact on both the entertainment industry and the hearts of his fans. Audiences and critics alike are celebrating the documentary's honest and moving portrayal of John Candy, highlighting its success in capturing the essence of a beloved icon. This deep dive into a cinematic tribute has brought us to the close of our featured stories. But don't go anywhere, we've got a rapid-fire recap and a final call to action coming up next. From legendary laughs to heartfelt tributes, we've covered it all. A new documentary celebrating the life of John Candy opened the Toronto Film Festival, offering an intimate look at the beloved comedian's journey. We heard from director Colin Hanks and producer Ryan Reynolds about why TIFF was the only place for this premiere, and explored the emotional impact of the film for Candy's family. Finally, we got the inside scoop on the star-studded opening night and the powerful message behind John Candy, I Like Me. Don't miss out on any of our exclusive updates. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this episode, subscribe to Hollywood Men for more, and ring that notification bell so you're always in the loop. Let us know in the comments which John Candy movie is your all-time favorite, and make sure to follow us on all social media platforms for behind-the-scenes content and more. We'll see you in the next one.